This is a super easy cookie recipe.
Can I crack?
Not yet, not yet, 'cause we don't need the egg yet. First, we're gonna start with some organic coconut oil.
Organic,
I'm
yes.
gonna pour this in here. Try not to make a mess. Organic coconut oils can tend to be cleaner than butter for a cheaper price because, you know, coconuts, they grow without having to use many pesticides, and cows and dairy can be adulterated with all kinds of things from the water to their food supply. Whoops, whoops, whoops. If you get extra on your hands, try not to put too much back in the jar because it can contaminate the jar and it can go bad. What you can do is just take that, rub it on your hands, and moisturize your skin like that, huh?
Can I do it?
Yeah, here. Somewhere you cut your eye, protect that. I'm gonna put some more cream on that eye.
That's oxino.
Oxino?
Our plant, imagine, a planet lost in the solar system. It was very hot. It turned it hot was around it.
Yeah. So we're gonna have.
It got colder, but colder was water.
We're gonna have
And
sugar.
then the plant, and then the water gave algas.
Ooh, you did.
And then the algas gave little balls like that. And then the balls gave red plants. And then the red plants gave, and then the red plants.
We're talking about single-celled algas and then larger cells.
No!
Okay, we're gonna separate out this egg yolk, and how do you do that? You just let that egg yolk slide in there. I actually like to use my hand because I'm always breaking it with the egg yolk. Look at that. Right when I'm making a video, I'm gonna drop the egg yolk for the first time in my life. Hey, hey, hey! I took out most of it. I have never dropped an egg yolk ever. I've broken one with a shell, but never dropped one. Okay, here we go. Choline, B12. And if you're not taking a B12 supplement or you're not eating eggs, a lot of eggs, then you're going to be deficient. Okay, after we have the egg, sugar, and oil, now we're going to put a quarter teaspoon of salt. That's all. No, not really. That's already all the salt. Here. Okay, if you're not eating processed foods, you need to have salt in your diet. You used to not salt anything, and I realized I was sodium deficient.
Let me know. Do you know what I tasted for?
What?
I tasted for, so I can see if it's not too salty. But we don't want to. I don't want to be too salty, right, Mom?
Measure it this way. Yeah. You want to put 1 teaspoon of cardamom. This is a half teaspoon, so we're going to do 2 of those.
That's what I gave you.
What did 2 halves make?
That's the surprise that I gave you.
It is, yeah. This cardamom smells delicious. It's from the farm. There's nothing better than a little cardamom cookie. And then we're going to take our gluten-free flour mix, and I have here a mix of, my goodness, we have egg all over this.
And what about this size? Do we need this size, little, or this size?
What are those 3 sizes? Do you know?
Big.
That's 1.
1, 2,
This is half,
half,
and then the other one's a quarter.
quarter,
Yeah.
quarter.
What do 2 halves make?
Mom.
2 halves make a quarter, make a whole, don't they? If I put 1 half and 1 half, then do I get a whole?
No.
Yes, half and half make a whole.
No, you do it.
Okay, I have a mixture here of garbanzo, tapioca, sorghum, and brown rice flour. I think baking gluten-free is healthy for several reasons, not only because it's free of gluten, which the modern wheat plant is much higher in gluten than the ancient wheat plants that we used to eat. Also, modern bread is not fermented the way that breads used to be made. Old world style, they're made fermented, or sourdoughs. And then also, grains and bean flours, they're higher in other nutrients besides just the wheat. So here we have, hey, the flours that are high in thiamine. Thiamine is high in garbanzo flour, brown rice, and sorghum flour, which we have here. Thiamine is really important in your main energy cycle, metabolism, the Krebs cycle. It's important for glucose metabolism. You know, people try to...
Can I do this very fun?
You want to put that in there? People want to just eat meat or grain and bean-free diets, but they don't realize what they're doing is they're probably lacking a lot of the thiamine that they need. Okay, now we're gonna mix it up some more. Okay, while I do this, I want you to scoot over a little bit and grease the pan for me. Can you do that? Where's my paintbrush? Yeah.
Crush! What can crush?
Yeah. You're gonna do it, but I'm gonna put some in here and then you're gonna dip it in there and do it, okay? And so I'm gonna add one more egg yolk at the end. Thiamine is responsible for, helps metabolize carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. It's particularly responsible for metabolizing fats in the pentose phosphate pathway. If you're deficient in thiamine, you're likely not, you're gonna have a buildup of triglycerides. And triglycerides, if they build up in your bloodstream, a lot of times that's what causes atherosclerosis. Test out my dough. I want to have like a little shortbread like cookie. So then we're gonna make little balls and we're gonna set them on the.
Little ball.
You got a ball.
Are you sure that these are the cookies?
Create a ball. Make a little ball like that. This is why Martha Stewart has a staff to set up everything she's gonna need.
What?
I'm just gonna add like another teaspoon of oil.
I'm thirsty!
Oh my goodness. Okay, can we wait till we finish this video? Look, I'm recording and Mama's gonna say something. Well, go get your own little cup and get a cup of water. So all flours have different moisture contents. And sometimes you just have to look at your dough. What you want is to have your dough coming together, kind of like a, where it's still crumbly, but it comes together and you can form a ball, because that's going to result in a shortbread-like dough. Careful. Thank you. And we're going to roll those up. Thiamine is responsible for insulin regulation, for glucose. Thiamine is responsible for glucose metabolism, for insulin regulation. It's part of your energy metabolism. You essentially will be low on energy if you don't have enough thiamine. Yes.
Well, you don't have to add tuna, so the cookies can be definitely right?
I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll try. Forgot what I was going to say. Thiamine plays a key role in embryogenesis. So it's important to eat the grains and the legumes, which tend to have higher amounts of thiamine. Pork has high amounts of thiamine, but if you want to make a counter argument, I can counter it right now. Pork is not the best food to be eating all the time because it's high in microplastics, which are endocrine disruptors. You're not going to find as many endocrine disruptors in vegetables, especially if you're eating organics. Yeah.
With the cookies, we should roll it to pan so it is thick.
That's right.
So the oil's for stick.
The oil's for preventing it from sticking. That's right. We brushed the pan with oil, didn't we? You're gonna help me make a cookie? Here, can you take some cookie dough and put it in a ball? But just do it over the bowl, over the bowl, over the bowl. Just like your plastilina. You can put it down, yeah. Now we're gonna put it in line, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 1, 2. We need 3 right there.
Let me see how the pie is.
Yes, is it going? You also, when you're consuming a flour mix that's gluten-free like this, you're getting a wider range of nutrients and vitamins and minerals than you are when you eat just a mono diet. And it's unfortunate our diets have become very mono diet, where it's full of wheat. Everywhere you go, everything's a sandwich or pizza or pasta. just the base is wheat. And when you're consuming one food like that constantly, you're not consuming enough of that diversity of foods. You know, wheat used to be a staple food that was a base of things because other foods were not available always during winter months in its store. But now most wheat has had the endosperm, or the germ, removed from it. And when you remove the germ, that's the fatty part of the grain. And when that's removed, another nutrient gets stripped out, namely niacin. And we tend to be deficient in niacin too. Niacin, but in these grains are not, milled as much. Let me finish. These grains are not milled as much, so they don't have the endosperm stripped out. They're a whole grain, so you want to look for whole grains. And so then you're getting the niacin in them.
Okay, Mom.
Yes, what do you have to say?
So you mean we can't eat lipstick? We can't eat lipstick for breakfast. That will make me sick.
Lipstick will make you sick for breakfast. Luckily, Mommy's lipstick is toxin-free, and I hope it would not make you sick if you ate it, but you still should not eat it because, yes, it would make you sick. And most lipsticks are really bad. Women eat pounds and pounds of toxic lipstick every year when you're just
toxic
eating
markers.
Maybelline, or toxic markers, yeah. There's our cookies. And just remember that thiamine is crucial during pregnancy and breastfeeding, and you are going to have a much heightened energy requirement. Generally, the recommendations of 1.4 milligrams per day are not sufficient, especially if you have higher muscle mass or higher metabolism. Yes.
What? So you mean we don't have to eat too much cookies?
That's right. Find my metal spatula, then we can get them off the plate and stop them from burning. But spatula.
Mommy, I can't wait to eat some.
Let's put it like this. Ow, ow. Just remember, if you're feeling low energy, sometimes all you need is to eat the right foods that are high in thiamine so that you get the right nutrients for your energy metabolism. A lot of times people are low in energy and they just turn to caffeine or stimulants, and they really need a bowl of brown rice or some cookies made with garbanzo flour, sorghum flour, and brown rice flour. Yes, darling.
What is it? I'm gonna eat a cookie.
Of course you're going to eat a cookie. Thank you for raising your hand. That was so impressive. Whoops, I didn't even show me taking them off. There we are.